Hello and welcome to Brimwood Farm. Well, today is an exciting day because tomorrow is the first market at Beccles Market with my flower hub. I've been trying to get into Beccles Market since I moved here. It was recently listed as one of the top 5 farmers markets in the region, but they've had no available slots. So when I met a lovely lady called Beth at another farmers market who said she had a slot and was creating a flower hub, would I like to join? I jumped at the chance. So there now are 4 of us. There are Nick and Carolyn from Yellow Leaf Flowers, there's Beth from Herbie and Bell, and there's me from Brimwood Farm. And basically we collectively pick our flowers, go to the market and sell on one stall. So we've all pitched in, we've all, paid up to pay for the stall and pay for a kitty that covers tablecloths and paper and all the little bits and pieces you need for a market. It's a fortnightly market, but because there are 4 of us, it means that we don't have to go to every single one, which works really well for me because I'm doing other markets and for them because they're also doing other markets, so we can rotate it between us. And then because we've shelled out to have one set setup, we just pass that between each of us that's going. So whoever is doing the next market takes home all the kitty from the previous market, so they've got it there and waiting. So tomorrow is our first one. We've got tulips, we've got narcissi, we've got anemones. So I'm going to go and start picking all of the stuff that I'm going to take, and then we're going to follow through and see how this market goes. While I'm picking flowers, Mason's training show sheep. They're being fairly good. It basically just involves getting them used to being on a halter so you can take them into the pen and win lots of lovely rosettes. Look at these! These are actually tulips that I left in last year, and I never actually ended up cutting them because the season was funny and then they opened and I missed it and I didn't have a market, so I left them in and they've done really well. They have super long stems, which is fantastic. These are the ones that I planted in the tyres, and you can see they're starting to come through. There's some beautiful colours on them, but they have in general got some quite small stems. I mean, look at this. This is tiny, but if you gently pull them and take them up with the bulb, if I can do this one, actually by the time I've managed to take the bulb off the bottom of that stem, it's quite a reasonably long tulip. And they're almost certainly short stems because A, they haven't been watered. It's rained a lot, but they haven't actually been watered, so I'm not sure how dry or moist this compost is. But also the main factor is I didn't get them in for ages. However, we are going to be able to harvest some from them. So, and there's a nice array of colours, so I think they're going to be good. I'm also really not too precious about what I take and what I leave in. Like, obviously this has been missed, this is a bit tatty, so I'm going to leave these in. I'm just going to top them and I'll see if they come back next year. And a lot of these short, like this is a lovely little flower here, but it's really short. So again, I might as well just leave that in and next year see if it does any better. So here is my haul. daffs and all these beautiful tulips. These have been in the cooler for a week because they were really starting to open up too much. And these ones have also been in the cooler. I just hadn't trimmed off the bulbs yet. So I just need to make up the bunches. Well, it doesn't look very pretty, but they're wrapped in paper just because it helps make the stem stay upright. If you don't wrap them in, it tends to, when then you put them in the stem, they just flop. Just put them in paper after you pick them overnight while they stand in the cold fresh water, and they should hold their shape. The other thing is, don't put daffodils or narcissi in the same tub, because the sap that drops out of them when you first cut them basically acts as a bit of a toxin to other plants and will kill them. So tulips, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bunches, and I've got the daffodils with these beautiful pheasant eyes. And now we need to go and pick some anemones from the polytunnel. 7:30, just got to the market. Most important thing, caffeine, because I'm dead without it. Beth's here from Herbie and Bellflowers. We're going to go and find out where our stall is. And the lovely thing about doing flowers, of course, is the prep is really easy. Just buckets into the car. So I'm going to go and find the stall. I'm going to set up. I'm going to show you Nick. Caroline, unfortunately, is working, and I'll see you soon. Here we are. Is this us? Right by the door. This is Nick, by the way, from Yellow Leaf Hours. Right, we're going to set up. And we're still bunching. They look so pretty. Well, we're off. We're almost set up. And I personally think it looks lovely. Look at these tulips. Beth's doing she's our wrapper. She's our flower wrapper, so she's doing all the wrapping for the bouquets and the artisan tulips, which are here. Got all these beautiful narcissi. Got our little sign, and then we've got these wonderful little flower hub, East Folk Flower Hub. So this is all about us and what we do, and each of us for contact details. And then we also have little flower hub cards to show people how to look after their flowers. And we've already made a sale before it even opened, so we're off to a good start. Well, I'm home and I am pooped. I'm not a morning person. The market went really well. So overall, we had super good and positive feedback for the flowers. Britain is a little bit behind Canada and America when you watch those YouTube channels in terms of adapting to fresh flowers, and the fact that fresh, locally grown flowers are going to be more expensive. So there's been some trepidation with our hub how well they would sell, but actually The first hour and a half, we were pretty non-stop and they were flying off the shelves. Overall, we made £150, which for the first ever market doing the flowers when they've never had a flower supplier there before, I think is really, really good. It was pretty much an even split, so we kind of came away with £50 each, which again, first ever market, just with the flower hub, selling flowers at this particular market when they've never had a flower store before. So really, really positive. The other kind of takeaways are that people will actually pay more than you think. People were overheard to say they were expensive, but they were worth it. So that's good because that kind of shows us that there is a demand there. And also that we as flower sellers tend to think of the flower, how it's going to look in several days. So we might try and sell tulips when they're still in bud, daffodils when they're still in bud. But actually, when we were talking to the customers, they wanted something instant. They wanted something they could take home, put in a vase straight away, or give to a friend, and it's instantly blooming. So the take home, I think, with that is, don't think about it too much. If it looks pretty, and maybe it's got a couple of blemishes, or it's already opened up a little bit, don't worry. As long as you explain to people how to look after it, to cut the stems, they're gonna last longer than shop bought, flown in blooms anyway. So maybe sit back, don't stress so much, and just enjoy the process. So now I'm really excited for the next one, which is in a fortnight's time. So fingers crossed, that also goes super well.